Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Nola pendant. This is the 1378/40. Let's get into details about it. Let's talk about the height of the fixture body itself, which is independent of the rod going up to the ceiling. It's coming in at 12.6 inches high, and then the width on this is 42.4. The depth is 25.4, so it's an oval fixture, something to know. Let's talk about now what's going on as far as the overall height. So you've got, the shortest this can be is 18.3 inches at its shortest, going to 60.3 at its longest as standard product. The combination of these is going to be shown on a chart. So that means that there are these targeted overall heights from the ceiling down, overall height again from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling. It's going to be on a chart way down in the corner there, and you're going to see all of these numbers, basically of what you can attain to get as close to what your needs are. It's also going to show you which combinations of rods you're going to use to get to those targeted heights. So it's very important to check that and zoom in on that. Another place to see that is going to be the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, there's a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you all kinds of nice things. It's going to show you, again, that chart with the list of which pipes you're going to use to get to the heights that you're looking for. It's going to show you drawings of the canopy setup. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's also going to show you how to put the glass on. It's going to be a tool that's going to come with this called a retaining ring tool. Basically holds a retaining ring, acts as your hand, because your hand's too big to get inside that glass. And remember, righty, tighty, lefty, loosey, you're going to use that to screw that retaining ring down. Not too hard, but just enough to keep the glass on. And save the tool when you're done. So it's something you need for the future someday. Let's talk about this pipe situation. So Hubbardton Forge is this wonderful system of pipes that are milled on the inside. So there's threading on the inside here, threading on the inside here, and they simply just go together. And how they're going to go together are with these things called connectors. And the connectors, you get a whole bunch of these. So you're going to be getting 3 pieces of the 12, 1 piece of the 6, and 1 piece of the 3. That's going to be the kit that's going to come with this to start you off. It's going to ship with 82 inches of wire. So as standard product, this is going to let you get to 60.3 inches. But if you want to go a little beyond that, don't forget you've got 82 inches of wire, and you just have to order another kit. So you can do that over the phone with us. You can also do that just by emailing us all the information that you need, and we can kind of walk you through that. So like I said, these go together like that. It's a really tight look here. You know, you barely can even see a seam, and once it's up, it kind of disappears, which is awesome. So how you're going to be putting this together, you're going to put a towel down on a table, or most likely a table, something a little lower. You're going to put your fixture down before you put your glass on. You're going to be snaking those pieces of wire, the wire that's coming out of the fixture, through the parts, and you're going to go piece by piece. So you're going to go through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, and you're going to, remember, you're going to predetermine all the pipes that you need well before you hit this stage of the game. But once you put those through, you basically, like I said, you just screw them together, and you're going to kind of build your way up. Or yeah, in this situation, you can build your way up. And at the end of that, it's going to be a canopy up in the ceiling. It's a 5-inch round canopy, like this guy. Goes over your 4-inch junction box, just like that. This is what you have in your ceiling up above, inside there. This is slope ceiling adaptable already set up. There's a knuckle at the top, like your finger. So it can go just like that if you guys have a slope. You don't have to do any customization with this. It's coming in at 9.5 pounds, so there's no weight restrictions. It just goes over this guy. Let's touch on glass really quick. You're going to have 2 different options of glass, and they're kind of the reverse of each other. So one of them is going to be a frosted outer glass and a clear inner glass chimney. The other option is going to be a clear outer glass and a frosted glass chimney, and that's going to be your 2 options for that. As far as what goes into this, it's going to be using 6 of these candelabra sockets, okay, porcelain, that are going to be down inside there hiding. You're going to be limited to 60 watts for incandescent for each of these sockets if you guys want to go incandescent, which you can. It's a dimmable fixture. You can always dim these down, not a big deal. But 60 watt max for incandescent. If you want to do LED, there's no reason why you can't. So LEDs come in all kinds of cool little shapes, as do incandescent. This is a flame tip, this is a torpedo, and there's no limit when you get into the LEDs because they don't really generate heat, they just generate light. So I think this is probably a 40 watt equivalent LED. This probably uses like 4.5 watts. So it's always good to kind of look at these. You know, a lot of people are going in that direction. When we talk about the light coming out of LEDs, We talk about it in terms of Kelvin. That's going to be the color of the light. And especially on this fixture, it depends on what your situation is. You might be using this in a restaurant. You might be using it in a residential home. Kind of zero in on these things I'm talking about. 2700 Kelvin, super yellow light, this like the setting sun. Way on the other side of that is called daylight. And when you're out there in the world looking at bulbs and it says daylight, be a little wary. It sounds like a warm light. It's not a warm light. That's like a bluish white hospital waiting room light, like an overcast day. So kind of keep that in mind. In the middle of all that is called warm white. And warm white is what we use in our showroom. That's the light coming down on my hands right here. That's what this is. These are LEDs as well. Our whole showroom is set up with LEDs, and we use 3000 Kelvin, 3000 K. That's what we like to use here. So going back, if you guys are going to be doing, and this is going to be hiding inside, so you don't necessarily have to do a flame tip. But if you just do a regular torpedo, and remember you have 6 of these, so I would probably go for a 40 watt or a 60 watt equivalent LED. 3000 Kelvin, dimmable, and make sure you tell your installer that if you're going to be using LEDs, that you're going to be using, that you need a dimmer on the wall that accommodates LEDs. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.